Do you remember that game? It was like
one?
a Velcro bat, like a paddle. This particular child used to like to, get that in there.
The Velcro?
The Velcro in my hair because it would stick.
Well, yes. Yes, it would.
And I remember just being quite, it felt quite humiliating. My agent phoned me and said, oh, you got that job? And then she was like, no, Game of Thrones. And I was like, ah! There's a little bit of defiance in it too. It's beautiful, it's not a problem. It's actually kind of iconic. If it's just hair, why are there so many rules about it?
We have something for you, please don't be scared. Ta-da!
Oh, that is really sweet.
I told you not to be scared, it's fine, everything's fine.
This is really cute.
Yeah.
Page one.
Page one, yeah. So explain your hair in this photo.
I don't know, I was probably about 8 here, 7 or 8.
It was giving me 7.
Yeah, and I'm actually in a dancing costume and I had to have my hair a certain way.
Talk to me about how you felt about your hair, because I feel like, based on your face, you were a fan.
Well, I think at this age, it was quite rare for me to have my hair out.
What do you mean?
Because at school, I wasn't really allowed to wear my curls out like this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there was a feeling of it being in the way or being a kind of
Who felt that way?
obstacle for maybe other students because it was quite big and
Who
long.
said this? Did someone say this?
Yeah, teachers. It was suggested at one point that it was kind of like a health and safety thing.
Stop. No. No, we're not moving past that. Where did that come from? Please think back.
To be honest, I was very young, but it was more just about it getting caught in things or getting, it just being. Yeah, just they were sort of worried about it. It felt like a problem that they had to kind of
everyone's
maintain.
having staff meetings. I feel like that's not allowed to say that. I'm trying to work out my feelings about it.
Well, it was the 90s.
Oh yeah, I forget.
We've moved
Everything
forward.
goes in the 90s.
You would think. I remember feeling really disappointed, feeling really I didn't understand why it was such a big deal, because at home it really wasn't.
Talk to me about your heritage.
Well, born in the UK, raised in the UK, and my parents too, but
they were born here?
Both my parents were born here, but both of my parents are English and Caribbean, St. Lucia and Dominica. So my grandfathers came from the Caribbean in the 50s, I think. Yeah. They're Windrush generation.
Yep.
Came and both had families with English women.
Yes.
And which was definitely completely welcomed and accepted at the time.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then some time went by and then here I am.
You.
Some stuff happened.
Yeah, some things went down.
My mum really nurtured my hair. My mum is mixed. She has curly hair. She knew how to look after it. It was a hands-on
environment.
Yeah,
it was a normal thing.
It wasn't a big deal. Do you know what? Even my dad knew how to do my hair. And so it was we could... it wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
It was only really outside of the house where it was a thing.
Were teachers just the main issue?
I did have a bully for a while who used to like to put stuff in my hair.
Stop that.
It was like a thing.
Was that that was their MO?
Yeah, well,
to hide things.
Do you remember that game? It was they probably still make them now, but it's a Velcro bat, like a paddle. And then there was a felt ball.
Exactly what you... Yes, I did.
And you'd go and you'd catch it.
And
I remember that this particular child used to like to, get that in there.
The Velcro?
The Velcro in my hair because it would stick.
Well, yes. Yes, it would.
And I remember just being quite, it felt quite humiliating. I didn't quite know why, but I knew it was connected to the fact that my hair was what it was.
Yeah. When did you first think, I might want to be an actor?
Oh, I don't know really. I did sort of dancing and singing. It was all kind of part of the package of the school that I went to, and it was it was just fun for me. It was just a fun
thing,
hobby. My mum used to subscribe to the stage newspaper. She was like, oh, they're doing a fun thing where they're auditioning kids for a show, or they're doing...
Okay.
And so, do you want to do it? And I'd be like, yeah, or no. Like, it didn't really... She was like, if I can get you there...
if we can get
you there and you want to do it, we can do it. Like, but I think like the turning point for me, I auditioned for The Lion King when it came to London from Broadway. Yeah. And that was in 99. And so there was a big kind of nationwide audition for that. And I was one of the few young girls that were hired. Yeah. And then there was 3 boys as well to play the young Simbas. Sure. And yeah, so I was working in that show for the first kind of 5 months or 6 months of its opening. But it was great. That was kind of like the turning point. But then I went to senior school. And then my mum was like, well, you can't, like, if you want to do like a couple days on an advert, that's fine. But you can't go and shoot a drama in Wales for 3 months because you're now in like big school. Yeah, big school. So you have to take it seriously.
Was that like a decision you were making where it's like, we do school or we do acting properly?
No, we do school.
Okay. Bow.
So here we go. So much hair.
This is honestly one of my favourite photos of any human that I've ever seen in my life. Can you just talk me through this?
So
please?
It's
like, okay.
This hair, oh my God. So when I was about 14.
Right.
I went to St. Lucia for the first time.
Sure. How was that?
That was beautiful, really empowering, very affirming trip, I think.
Okay, there's so much to talk about, clearly.
Yes. And I felt very like, the sort of weird, maybe uncertain feelings I might have had about my hair and the why of it and blah, 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 like kind of where something was healed in me, if you will.
Good.
By going to St. Lucia. And so I remember coming back and I got my soft brush and I was like brushed every curl out. And I went to school like that the next time. I was in senior school by now.
You loved the look?
Yeah, I was just like, well, I let them tell me that my hair's too much. I remember
this is your rebellion.
This was me being like, whew.
Let me show you how distracting it can be.
Let me show you how big this hair can be. But I was at a different school, by the way.
No, I don't care. I respect the hustle. That's amazing.
I went for a good while. I went to school with a whole...
Like that?
Yeah, like that. A couple people were like, your hair's different. I'm like, no, it's not. You just haven't seen it in its full glory before.
It's not different. Actually. It's in your head. How old? I was about 14. About 14. Turning 15, that's If I'm completely honest, I feel like if that's your rebellion, good for you. Because the way that you look so content. Yeah, I was very happy with it. I was in my first year of doing my A-levels. Yeah. And then... what did you do, Nathalie? I did a little show called Hollyoaks and left school early. Yes. And moved to Liverpool and was there for a long time. Worked out. I think everyone could agree. As a viewer myself, I personally remembered thinking, no word of a lie, the first time I saw you, I was like, look at her hair. Because for me, growing up, I had a tumultuous relationship with my hair where from 14 years old, I was relaxing. Mm-hmm. So then it felt like, for the first time, maybe, I was like, maybe I should wear my hair out. Yeah, no, I know. I didn't. I didn't. But it was the first time I think I thought, if she's doing it, maybe it's cool. And maybe I'm wrong, thinking it's not cool. Do you know what I mean? When you see someone that's in your peer group and you look and you're like, oh, am I being weird? Is it cool? Are they cool? Am I cool? That makes me really happy. Okay. Because obviously, like, every time I hear that, it makes me kind of want to, like, weep. Because it's always been a thing. It's always been a thing where, you know, just not seeing natural hair textures on screen, like, was like everyone had a blowout or had relaxed hair. And obviously, you know, we know texturism is real. And like, I know that I have a certain texture and what have you. So, but the fact that I got to have my texture, even then was like a thing. Yeah. And there wasn't many. And like for me, I know my person was Melanie Brown in the Spice Girls.
rocking
that's everyone's person, you crazy.
But like, my person was like, wait, so we can have afros cool? And wear platforms and do high kicks.
Literally, when I saw her in Bantu notes, I was like, wait.
Exactly. So like the fact that that's been someone else watching me makes me really happy. It's always been important to me to try and represent myself as authentically as I can.
Yeah.
And hair is one of those ways that I've always done that. I'm like, how am I going to go onto a red carpet and rock this texture? Like, there's ways to make it really glamorous, really fabulous, because it is fabulous inherently. It is. So it's like, how can I demonstrate versatility? How can I demonstrate all the ways that I can rock this? Yeah. And that's important to me.
Talk to me about when you first were like, I think I might be famous. I'm not sure, but I think I might be.
I was actually in Liverpool where the show was shot. Sure. And I was walking through the city centre. Yeah. And a kind of group of younger teenage girls. Right. Because I was still a teenager myself.
Yeah, I was going to say you were also a teenager.
Slightly younger group of teenage girls were like, oh my God, that's Sasha from Hollyoaks, and chased me.
No, they didn't.
And I may have ran and may have cried.
Oh my God, no, that's so sad.
It was just really overwhelming. Oh, no. I guess I hadn't really connected the kind of real world impact of like acting on a TV show. It was kind of very naive of me. I was like, I'm just doing this thing that I love to do.
I don't think it's naive, because you're also a teenager, so. So there's a particular show that I've recently introduced my mum to. You may know of it. It's called Game of Thrones. Yeah, no, I know. You might not have heard it. It wasn't that popular.
Wait, what? Is it good?
Like, no, it's okay.
It's all right.
Mid. So then she's obsessed. Oh, it's the fourth time I've watched it. And I know. I'm being so serious.
I haven't even watched it 4 times.
No, don't judge me now. And she was like, that's her from Hollyoaks. And I was like, it is. And she was like, she's doing so well. And I was like, yeah, she is, Mum.
Thanks, Mum.
No, Mum, you're welcome. So I need to understand the journey from Hollyoaks to that, because I feel like all of the Hollyoaks fans were like,
it was. Do you know what? It was a really specific time, and like after I finished Hollyoaks, everyone thought I was crazy to leave Hollyoaks. They were like, "It's full-time work as an actor. Like, what are you doing?" Yeah. And I was like, I'm just ready to see what else is out there, and and I got to see what was out there too, like you know, unemployment. And I was working in retail, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. And it was probably about a year where I'd like completely run out of money, and I was like,
and you were like, right, well.
My agent phoned me and said, oh, you got that job. You got it. And I went, because I'd already also been up for an advert as well. And I thought, oh yeah, okay, oh cool, yeah. So it was like a couple £100. I was like, great,
oh yeah,
let's go. And then she was like, no, Game of Thrones. And I was like,
I'm just going to stop the conversation here so that I can give a special thanks and a shout out to our sponsors. This season of Texture Talks is brought to you by our fabulous sponsors, Garnier, and their new range, Method for Curls. I've been actually using this product for the last few months, and I am so impressed. It has my hair feeling so hydrated and moisturized from one wash day to the next, and that is a whole 7-day period. I actually have used it today to create this look right here, these twists. Yes, I did it with the mask and with the spray. And one of the best things about this range, the ingredients. So it has shea butter. Yes, I know we all love a little bit of shea butter. That infuses a huge amount of moisture into our hair strands, but also hyaluronic acid, which helps to seal it. It's fabulous, and I would highly recommend it to anybody with any curl type, especially those of us with type 4 coily or afro hair. If you are interested in trying it out, you can get it at Boots, Superdrug, Amazon, any major retailer. And when you do, make sure you come back and you tell me how you got on. What was the experience like, I guess, versus the other sets you'd been on?
It was just crazy. It felt like a sort of level that I felt like I have to really take this
seriously.
Yeah, it's like,
you've
got to prove yourself.
Yes, I mean, you did.
Yeah.
You really did.
Or it was just like all of the wonderful experience that I had at Hollyoaks and the other little jobs I'd done in between. It was like, now you've got to put it, use it and put it to work,
Was your hair a discussion in your role for Game of Thrones? Is that a topic?
It was a topic. I think everyone was very supportive of my natural hair, which was really nice.
Ideal.
Because I think it looks like in that world, everything being too done or too manipulated didn't really make sense.
No.
And so, you know, we had fun. Like she kind of had the little braid with the vine through it, and it was cute.
It was so cute.
And we kind of built on that. There was in the last season, I had this really cool hair piece that went here. I was going to say,
who are you telling? I know what you had, and it was stunning. But I also remember the size of your hair, like when you first came in, and I was like,
my hair was amazing. Really healthy at that time. I remember being like really proud of how she was looking.
It was just a good old head of hair.
Thank you.
And I just thought to myself, you know what's nice is the juxtaposition between your hair and Daenerys's hair, where I just looked at it and was like, they could have easily banged a wig on your head.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, they could have. But I was grateful that they didn't. Like you say, it couldn't have been more different. Previously to that, I had done quite a lot of hair straightening.
Oh, yeah?
And so I damaged a lot of my hair. So there was a period of time where I chopped off all the sort of...
All the damage.
Or I was trying to grow it out.
And the straight bits versus the curly bits.
And so by the time I got to Game of Thrones, like my hair was starting to look kind of healthy again and started to sort of thrive.
And then at least you can actually not wear it out with pride. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. I definitely felt really good about my hair then.
Tell me about the wide range of experiences that you've had on set as a beautiful woman with very curly hair.
I think I've had every experience that you can imagine. I think there's a reason why I'm so good at my hair now, is because I had to often do it or correct things that were done with people who maybe didn't have the knowledge that my hair requires. There's some progression where, like, if you're hiring black or brown actors, that you have people that can do their hair and makeup. That is not something I've necessarily had the luxury of having on every job.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's been times when I've done my own hair, like...
But doesn't that take you out of the zone? I'm going to be very honest. I can't stand it. I know that it's something that is... It's talked about a lot, but it really irks me because I know how it feels when it's not going right.
Yeah, it's devastating.
It's stressing.
It's
and
stressful.
Now I'm in a bad mood now. And you then have to go and act after that.
Yeah. Well, it's like additional labour, emotional and mental labour.
And then the straight-haired actors, they're coming on set ready to go.
Yeah, they just get to think about the job and the work. I remember being on something where they told me I had to straighten my hair because there was another person with curly hair and they were like, we won't be able to tell you.
Stop it, you're a lie. No, one, fine, but two...
Crazy.
You guys are pushing it.
Yeah, and so I just remember being like, wait, you've been here before, like, but it didn't make sense to me to conform, you know, and there are wigs.
There are wigs. Wigs exist.
Yeah.
So no more.
I definitely felt that pressure, but I...
Did you stand your ground every time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you were on Game of Thrones for 7 years. And then talk to me about the next photo we've got here. Okay?
Yeah, so this is from like maybe a year after the show finished.
Okay.
So
Bam!
This was in the pandemic.
You look like you're giving angles considering.
Thank you. And do you know what? This tree...
Right.
Was my favourite tree, and I used to have it cut into a heart shape, and now it's died.
I love the way your brain works, where you're like, just so you know, this tree in the back.
R.I.P. to my heart tree, because truly, you know, I felt at kin with it really, because we both needed like our hair, like we both needed shaping regularly.
I can see the relationship.
It was really
that one photo. Don't worry, I feel it.
I just had some kind of little highlights put in. No. I'm not skilled in that. I did my hair. I styled my hair that day.
Okay.
But
it looks great.
Thank you.
How did you feel about your hair at this point?
I always loved my hair in this style and like always felt really kind of powerful in it. It felt very kind of like...
Look at the pose.
I'm like...
Yeah, literally.
Ready.
Don't chat to me, okay? Yeah. You look fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. I felt kind of fantastic as well, to be honest. Me and my tree.
So I think we're about to get to a big chop. I think we are. So talk to me before we show everybody what it looks like. I've seen it, it looks fabulous. What led to it? Because it's not, let me explain to you guys, it's not just any chop, it's a chop.
After that last picture, I had been getting to a place of like, like it's a problem or like a bad thing to feeling really good in it and like a sort of celebration of something and feeling really great about it and feeling its importance and almost like the small kind of micro activism of just like wearing it everywhere in all spaces.
Yeah,
I got to a really good place with that.
Yeah.
But I think there was also a huge pressure for it to always look a certain way and always be, because you know how highly judged we are on our hair.
Yes.
And there was a lot of pressure, and I think I was trying to shed some of that, all of it.
Clearly.
I was like, let's just start again. And
Just
also, my mum has short hair, and she's
really?
like fabulous queen, like, and she looks really great with it. And I'm like, if Mum and Debs can do it, I can do it. And my aunt as well. My auntie has it as well.
Yeah. So
and I was like, do you know what? Let's just be brave and do the thing that you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, but
well.
I feel like you like that. I can tell the energy is giving. I'm going to do it anyway.
There's a little bit of like defiance in it too. And I think even though like having had in recent years people look after my hair on set, and I had found a way to look after my hair on set, just the over manipulation over time, it started to have a bit of an impact on my texture.
It's like over manipulation over time, it weakens the hair.
Yeah.
So I think your hair was just tired.
My hair was tired, and I thought, I'm kind of having to learn how to do her again. So why not just learn how to
do it from scratch?
Do it from scratch.
Oh, I love that.
And just start a whole new thing.
Show them.
So this picture, it was a selfie I took right outside the nail salon. I was just like letting it go. And starting again. It was like a new chapter. So. And in a way as well, it kind of forced, in my professional life, it forced people to wig me a lot, which also
protects
my hair a bit more.
Smart. I think it's a very good move.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know what the future holds. My hair's quite long right now. I might be growing it. I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
I think every day I decide, maybe I'll shave it. I
don't know. Maybe you'll be bald tomorrow.
Who knows?
Who knows? Not
crazier
you.
things have happened.
Okay, I'm open to it.
I don't know. I keep going back and forth. This was from, I don't know when this was.
I don't know.
2022.
Okay.
I think.
Roughly.
I was shooting Fast 10.
Yeah.
At that time. And and I was really cool. It was the first time, other than that little bit, it was the first time I got to do a full feature with my new short, cute.
How did you feel? Like in the moment, did you feel empowered? Were you a little bit nervous maybe because it's the first time?
Yeah, no, I felt really good about it. And I think like the kind of those films, those Fast and Furious films, like they like a sort of edgy woman who's kind of like tough or very capable, and I felt like it really it sort of added to her kind of independent nature and kind of
so cool.
Yeah, I loved it actually. So this is obviously much more recent.
Yeah.
And in recent years, I think I've been having a lot of fun with my short hair, finding different ways to style it, and I've been really playing with colour.
Yes, you have.
And just having a great time with that. It's got a kind of 20s Josephine Baker like vibes.
Yeah.
And that's really fun. One time we did this, and then because I was wearing a purple dress, she painted purple hair wax on the kind of swirls as well. And then this was like when I went blonde, and I was told not to go blonde, and then I went blonde. So I feel like there's a pattern here.
I think there is a recurring pattern where someone's like, "Don't go blonde." You're like, "What was that?"
I'm like, "Oh, so I'm going blonde."
Okay, so we've confirmed that.
Okay.
Because it looks good. Was this the first time you'd ever been fully blonde?
First time.
You look very happy with yourself.
I was really happy with myself. I mean,
I really like it though.
I like it too, and it was great. It was a fun summer hair.
Yeah.
And it was, and also like obviously we don't want hair damage, but the bleach did to my texture, it kind of like relaxed it slightly, so then I could do a bit of like the finger waves. Yeah. It made it a bit easier.
Considering all these photos, this whole journey, and then where we are right now today, what would you say the biggest lesson is you've learned?
The biggest lesson I've learned about my hair is actually it doesn't really matter what other people think.
Good.
It's about what you like and what you want for your hair. Taking care of your hair is an act of self-love.
Thank you.
Pretending it's not there doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
When people, oh, it's just hair. It's not just hair, actually.
If it's just hair, why are there so many rules about it? Huh?
Right.
Huh?
That you guys make about it. It's obviously not. So you talking about this in the same way that I saw you on Hollyoaks and was like, oh my God, I think it might be cool. I think I might be wrong. I think that might be another opportunity for someone to be like, oh my God, I went through that.
Yeah.
I went through that. And I didn't know that Nathalie Emmanuel went through that too.
These are the types of conversations that I've been wanting to have always, and where I can lend my voice, I will.
Okay. What message are we sending back from you? Yeah, sorry, but
Are we
I'd
trying
like
to make people cry on
No,
your
not
podcast?
at all. Not at all. Look closer at her.
What would I say to her? I would say to her, you're braver than you think. You're resilient, you're stronger than you think, and you can do anything you put your mind to, but like, your hair's beautiful.
Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, it's not a problem, it's actually kind of iconic.
Thank you so much.